Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And before we say anything, I know the mic quality is absolutely horrible, but today we are ranking every single final boss in the lining of Basic as of Repentance Plus after the new update. Very nice. Let's start out real simple. Like we got Blue Baby. Blue Baby. Dare I say he's an easy fight? I think he's an easy fight. I know they just fixed him last update, Repentance Plus update, so he does have boss armor now. But I'd still say he's a pretty easy fight. I mean, you just go to the chest if you want an easy finish. Because Blue Baby is just an easy boss. Nothing more to say about that. And then right on the polar opposite, essentially, we got ourselves a delirium fight. Now they did fix a majority of his telefragging spots, so I don't think he belongs in the bullshit tier, unfortunately. He still does belong in the unfair tier, though, because I still have seen it happen more than a couple times. So, not to play bullshit anymore. You saved yourself, you're now down to the unfair tier. Screw you, delirium. Now we got the dogma fart. What the fuck did I just say? We got the dogma fight. Huh? Alright, we're gonna have to go with a hard tier on dogma. I don't know, maybe a fair. Honestly, I think it might be a fair fight. Because, what do you got? The hardest part is probably the Angel Beyblades when he goes around in little circles and attacks you. That's definitely the hardest part of the boss fight. And even that's manageable if you just go to each corner of the room, like one at a time. Yeah, I would say Dark was a pretty fair fight. And now we have a Hush. Hush fight, I will have to say, is a bit hard. He has a ridiculous amount of boss armor, which is mostly what you've relied on bosses not having up to the point of where you have to Hush. Because you have to have a pretty good run, pretty high damage run already to get to Hush in a 30-minute mark. So your damage started killing you, and now you don't really have that added effect a majority of your runs. So Hush, pretty close to a fair fight, thanks to the super high boss armor and the typhoons and the continuum waves. Gonna have to put them in a hard tier. Now we got ourselves an Isaac fight. Personally, I think the Isaac fight is way harder than the Blue Baby fight. I don't know why Armin McMillan did that, but the Isaac fight is way harder than the Blue Baby fight. Maybe because in the chest, you just naturally get more items, so it becomes easier. That's not my fault that the game's designed that way. Isaac fight is a bit harder than the Blue Baby fight. Not much harder. I was just saying it's definitely not much harder, but still a lot harder than the Blue Baby fight. Now we move on to It Lives. Hmm. Fair fight? I think It Lives might be one of the most fair fights in the entire game. Most neutral fight, I would have to say. Of course, you start off with the two brimstone laser eyes on each side. Relatively hard. That's probably one of the hardest part of the bosses. And then you have to dodge these spiraling waves of brimstone and tears. But if you can just learn how to dodge after fighting the boss, maybe 10 or so times, you get the attack patterns down, and it becomes a really fair fight, even with base damage or minimum damage, like 5.4 damage. It's manageable. Now we got Mega Satan. And it does look like this accounts for Mega Satan Phase 1 and 2, even though I can't class those as two different bosses. But in general, where should we put Mega Satan? Didn't I say in the fair tier, even? I think he might even deserve a fair tier. Maybe a little less fair than It Lives, and a little more fair than Dogma. So, Mega Satan, obviously, phase one, you gotta deal with your whole bunch of mini bosses. You gotta deal with the hands stomping down. You even gotta deal with fire. Whole bunch going on in Satan Fight 1. But what the game has done right, it gives you a whole bunch of time in between each one of those events. You don't start a new event until the other one is essentially completely finished or about to finish in a matter of a second. So if you do get hit, most of the time it's because you didn't place your character in the correct spot for dodging the pattern that I wanted you to. Now, let's go on to phase two. Phase two is arguably significantly easier than phase one, in my opinion. That is basically you just stay back. Just stay back, You won't get hit by the fires as much, or you can even go into his little blind spot if you get right up to the side of him, like right by his head and to the side. That's what I did on one of my most recent runs with a spirit sword run. So I just had that in that little blind spot right there. So I would say a very fair fight. Next we have Mom's Heart Fight. Now I have to warn you, I haven't fought Mom's Heart in quite some time, but I do remember it, and it is very similar to the It Lives fight. I'm gonna have to put it, considering it is one of your very first boss fights, I think it does deserve to go into the hard tier because it is your first boss fight. It is your first experience of dealing with a boss like that that does have some boss armor. It does have pretty unique attack patterns that you won't see anywhere else in the game. Up until that point where you do fight Mom. So and it's just a hard fight, honestly. It stops a whole lot of new players from experiencing 99% of the content in the game. But if they can't get past that, you go on to some of the best experiences you can have. So I would have to say Mom's Hard. It's a pretty good fight, especially for beginners. Now we have the mom fight. This this easy or fair? I have to say this game is pretty well balanced. Oh, where do I put the mom fight? Dare I say easy? I think I'm going to put it in easy. For one factor, according to me and my knowledge, I do not believe the mom, the mom fight, has any boss armor on any part of her fur or the eyes that come out of the walls. There's no boss armor, which is why you can see in many powerful runs, you can one frame kill Mom's foot. Now, why is that important? Well, it means that the damage you have, that you were able to give yourself throughout your run up until Mom's foot, is going to be applied directly to Mom's leg in that whole boss fight in its entirety. You do get a few peons every now and then, a few goblins and what have you that spawn, but in general, it's a very easy fight. Allows you to go into boss rush, which is a very cool fight. So I think it deserves to be easy. I mean, you don't want to waste players' time 2 minutes on a boss fight, like a hush fight or something like that. It's like a 7 minute fight even. So I think it deserves an easy. It's nice being an easy. It's a it's a fair easy fight. That's what I have to say about that. Next we have Mother, and like Mega Satan, it is both phases. In my opinion, phase or two phases, three phases, I don't know. In my opinion, the Mother fight is quite a hard fight. Honestly, maybe because I'm bad, maybe because I'm a skill issue, but it's harder than the Hush fight to me even. Sometimes harder than Delirium fight, but that's just kind of a skill issue. So I'll put it in a hard tier, just to kind of sway some bias. Phase one, super annoying when she does her spinny attack and there's a million bajillion bullets flying all over the room. It's worse than a Hush Continuum, bullet hell, bullet rain. So it's just a pain in the ass to deal with, quite frankly. Not much else to say about that. For phase one. Also to mention a whole ton of boss armor in the mother fight. Not very cool. Then we got phase two. Seems like she has even more boss armor on her. Not very cool. I know there was an anti-birth boss, I believe, which is awesome and cool because all those bosses were like extremely difficult. But they've been a little weird on this boss. I know it's the second final boss technically in the game, or the third final boss if you want to count the millions of different endings in this game to be the true ending. But it's definitely a hard boss. I mean, it sure is a challenge on every single character. You're not going to a mom fight unprepared with like 3.5 damage or 1 damage up in like 300 containers, unless you're like crazy good at the game. So I think it deserves to go to the top of hard tier. Next, we have the Satan fight. Fairly easy. Honestly, I think the Satan fight might deserve to go into the easy. For phase one, which isn't really even part of the Satan fight, uh, the two fallen spawns. But if you can do the timing right and just wait 4 seconds, you can place a bomb, and it already gets both of the fallen health down to half. And then you're just gonna deal with them. That's it for phase one, essentially. Second phase, you have to deal with, I believe, it is it is Satan himself, in his full form, where he does the brimstone hands and whatever. Relatively easy, simple attack patterns, not too hard, not a whole lot of boss armor on phase two as well, so it's quite nice. And then for phase three, you have to deal with the stomping feet, which is quite annoying, but of course you do have those explosive worms that are coming after you as well. But it's not much variety, not too much boss armor on those feet, so you can just shoot them like pretty easy. 7 damage, you got this family bad. Very nice, especially if you can do a whole bunch of bomb techniques. Very, very nice. Next, we have the Beast Fight. Actually, I'm gonna order this a little differently. So these guys go here first. Okay, I'll try to do this in order. So from the Beast Fight, we have the Famine, which is the first of the horsemen that you fight along the Beast track. I'm gonna put probably all of these guys. I'm just gonna lump them all together. These are all fair fights. I mean, if you're willing to fight the beast, you gotta, you gotta get in some shape. You gotta have a good run. And even if you don't have a good run, and you got some whole bunch of random hoo-ha nothing items, you still face a pretty good chance against all these bosses. I can't think of a single attack that is necessarily unfair. Anything that's coming to mind, maybe the death scythe swipes can be a little unfair. I know I've gotten hit probably from stupid boot placement on my own part, like 2 or 3 times, but even that's like a stretch. It doesn't deserve a hard, if you know what I mean. So I think all the horsemen deserve to get a fair due. Then we move on to the beast fight, which I do want to say it's an easy fight. Maybe even too easy for the final boss fight. I mean, it's just a side scroll of Flappy Bird fight essentially. Um, and you just shoot to the right, and then you shoot to the left, and then you shoot to the right again. Then sometimes when you shoot the brimstone, you move up, and that's the entire fight. I'm sorry, Beast, but for being one of the true endings of the game, I would expect a little more out of you. I kind of do wish that the Beast fight was a bit harder, you know? I'm gonna say the horsemen are harder than the Beast fight himself. It's just what I'm saying. Definitely a much easier fight than Mother. Definitely a much easier fight than Delirium. Well, I'm gonna get hate for this in the comments. I need that viewer interaction. Please comment down below. Alright, and while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. We're at 130 subscribers. We're already reaching 1 million by the end of the year. Alright, plugging aside. Let's go into the lamb fight. Um, easy fight again, maybe? Not a super easy fight. I guess not a hard fight. Fair fight. Oh, I'm gonna have to put it in the easy tier. The lamb recently did just get a whole ton of boss armor, so that's why I'm putting it at the top of the easy tier. It's not, uh, the boss armor is super, super annoying. No, actually, I'm gonna put this in the hard slot. This is why. I know I'm gonna get some hate for this. The lamb still, as of this update, can tell from you when doing its sort of race attack, when do some bullshit on you. I'm not gonna put in the bullshit tier because I know it's just a bug that maybe will get fixed later. Hopefully it does. When the updates all come to console and stuff like that. But the lamb can still tall frag you sometimes, so that's some bullshit. I guess it belongs in the bullshit tier then. Alright. Then we have the greed fights. We'll start with Norman Greed here. And let's put him in. Hmm. I have to put him in the hard boss fight too. It's like not easier than Hush. All right. Everyone knows the grid fight. You just go into the four corners of the room essentially. You dodge the golden brimstones that come out of the walls. You have to shoot the keys and the coins. Overall, I would say it is a pretty hard fight in general. I would say it is a hard fight, especially if you don't have too much experience in the greed mode, and even if you do, you could just get an unlucky run. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put him in the hard tier. Then the greedier fight. Um, Definitely gonna put him definitely above Hush. So yeah, oh my goodness. All right, now let's see. What are we talking about? Greedy fight. It's basically the greed fight. Way harder. You know a whole lot going on. I totally remember the ultra greedy fight. Let me just totally remember what's going on here. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the one. What's the difference here? I'm trying to think. Sorry, my apologies. I can't remember this fight. I'm just gonna put him right here. I genuinely can't remember the difference between the ultra greedy fight and the normal greedy fight. I think he has more health. That's it. Maybe he has a new cycle or something. He smashes down on the ground. I kind of remember that. I genuinely don't remember that. I don't know. I just forgot all that. But welcome to the channel. Subscribe for me forgetting stuff. What the fuck is this? Gonna put that in the bullshit tier. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribing. Leave your opinions down in the comments below, and tell me what the ultra fight is. 'Cause I forgot it. Thank you for dealing with the bad mic audio. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.